Today, what we're going to be discussing is the importance of tipping and off-speed shots, how to do it effectively, and more specifically, we're going to try to dive into some of the misconceptions about how to develop the tip shot, how to teach it, and we'll cover some stuff that we typically see coaches all across the country talking about, and maybe kind of show you how what we commonly think about tipping and what to teach is not exactly what actually happens in the real game. And we'll get into that. So if you're interested in that, if that's what you're here for, then stick around and be sure to watch through the entire conversation. Again, are we seeing the arm speed up and then slow down? I don't think so. And I think the reason for that should be obvious. It's if you try at what point in your effort to be deceptive, let's talk about like basketball and football or rugby. You can only go so far when faking to go left. At a certain point, you're going left. You're no longer faking it. You know what I mean? And if you cross that line, you're not going to be able to fake and go back the other way, certainly fast enough or quickly enough or whatever. And that's what I wanted to point out. Why do we get so frustrated when a player tips the ball and the opponent digs it? It's not because of the technique, and they didn't go fast to slow. It has to do with other things. Like the situation was so obvious that a tip had to happen, or the defense had to be lucky that the ball was just tipped to them, whether they're in the right place or not.
I think part of it has to do with alignment too. I mean, Brazil's in a rotational defense there, so right back is just sitting there, and as soon as she's already released to go get the ball in that spot, on that previous clip.
Is it this one here?
Yeah, this is it here. So she's sitting there already.
Yeah.
And so defensively, it's easier for her to make a read. But if they're not in rotational defense and right back is, so I think defense plays a role in success and failure as well. And sometimes we don't control that. I mean, look at the difference there.
Mm-hmm.
Where right back is way deep, and so
this is what they're giving up right now. Yeah.
Yeah. And so we talk about have to, want to. I have to because the situation that I'm not on time. Middle, 2 up in front, tip to 2 and 4. I mean, these are all common statements that we give to players. And sometimes it's hey, this team plays this defense, and we have opportunities here. Take advantage when you're ready.
Mm-hmm.
And so then it's a want to versus a have to. And then when we have to, it's like, hey, this is where they play and this is where they're going to be. So let's stress the other team. We may not score, but let's do our best to make them work for it or keep them out of system. I see that. I mean, that's a completely out of system ball. And the player finds a way to be successul.
This one here you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she scores. I mean, what a play.
Yeah, it's awesome. Look at this.
I'm way too late. And that's just a good play. And talk about putting stress on the defense. And then here, throws it at the top, throws it at her hands, and then gets another opportunity to play. So it's just smart plays. And they're not disguised there.
It's not disguised. The elbow wasn't getting back. It's situational. Where's the clip? Is it this one here? She throws it.
Yeah.
So the elbow never got back, right? And it can't always, because if her elbow goes any further back, her hand won't get to the ball in time. And if it does, then it's going to be moving a whole lot faster than what we're looking for in tipping and driving and throwing the ball down to this short area of the court.
Yeah.
And I think that's another, I'm glad we're talking about that now, because, you know, in the men's game, they get up, they drive, they have this hang time, they can be early, and they can wait for that ball to catch up to them. And a lot of times they're going to end up hitting on their way down or shotting it on their way down. Yeah. And it's not just a men's thing. And we're seeing that here as well. But my point is, your arm must move slower to tip and place the ball shorter. And if we are going from this traditional strong open hitting position to make contact with the ball, our hand might be moving way too fast. And what you find, I think, and what I see in my own gym with young players learning to tip, we find them doing that deceptive open, fast and then slow, and that abrupt slowing of the arm results in a tip in the bottom of the net. Yeah. And sometimes the ball doesn't even make it to the net.
Yeah.
Okay. So and you've seen that, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to keep playing this, and if you have ideas that you want to do.